Okay, so we're jumping in here in the middle. So now that we have identified what our guests' expectations are, what the services are that they enjoy, we know what they want. So now what we'd like to do is take a look at who they are. And by combining all of these, we can understand what they are, who they are, so that we can create actions that we can use with our guests on the showroom floor. So let me ask you this. How would you identify your Lexus guest?
Well-informed.
Well-informed, okay. And well-informed, you mean, do they do a lot of prior research?
Seem like they know a lot about the product when they get here. It's fairly set on what they want.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot. Customers today are really involved, very, very much informed, particularly the more affluent customer. They're good customers, so we can use a lot of the research that they've done before coming here to our dealership, so that we can have a nice face-to-face. We just got to figure out what they want and why they liked it, why they're here. So good. So that leads me to my next question. I'll put it on hold. Anybody else? What defines or what identifies your typical Lexus guest? Affluent. Okay, good. Anything more specific beyond that? Affluent, male, female, older, younger?
A lot of women.
Okay, so you are noticing a lot of. Okay, good. Okay, any particular models that are? Okay.
Yes, as well. And they come in, they know what they want, they have money. They want to make business.
Okay, good. So we have a good understanding of who our buyer is. And just to go back, my next question was, well, let me ask you this first question. Have you noticed over the course of your career that your Lexus buyer has changed? Okay. How, Jamie? How did they change? Okay. Good. So you're noticing that. Has how they approach their business, and this is kind of piggybacking off what you said earlier, have you noticed that how they approach their sales process, their buying experience, has that changed?
Yeah, I think they want to do a lot more of it up front. So they're willing to spend less time on the lot and want to do as much research as they can, get as many answers as they can, and narrow things down before they get there. That's what I found.
Good. So a lot more online, a lot more texting, a lot more smartphone, a lot more communication prior to them coming to the physical building. Absolutely. Good. So then I can assume that all of you have had to make some adjustments and evolve as well. Is that true? That's why we're here, is to, plain and simple, bottom line, understand what does it take to be successful in today's market. What do we need to do? How do we elevate our customer's experience? How do we engage with that customer so that we can be successful today, we can be successful 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Okay? Anybody here not want to sell more cars? Okay. Does anyone here not want to cultivate a more meaningful relationship with their repeat and referral customers? No, yeah, okay, good. I'm just checking. With that said, let's take a walk into your showroom on a very busy Saturday, and I want to highlight two emerging opportunities. These guests will be the cornerstone of your success, of Lexus's success, of your dealership's success in the coming years. Our first guest is introduced by Pam Kruger. She's a financial expert. She is the co-host of an award-winning Money Track on PBS. Listen to what her insights are, and then we'll talk about it after the video.
Hi, Lexus dealers. I'm Pam Kruger, and every week on my list wins. Thanks, and have a great year. I'm putting in my order.
Good. Some very important insights, right? What stood out for you about our women buyers? more educated than they were before. Yeah, there's really amazing statistics, right? I mean, between that time, particularly with doctoral. So education is really big. Anything else?
Spending makes up a third of the GDP.
Their spending, yeah. Actually, statistically, they are in charge of or influence approximately 73% of household spending. That's a huge influence, right? Okay, so very, very, very big there. Does anybody remember the percentage of cars that they buy? 65%. But most importantly, how much do they influence? 85%. I was just, we have the big Chicago Auto Show this week, and of course on Tuesday, I think it was an actual Women's Day. There were women's groups there. They were doing symposiums and workshops. They were gearing everything toward, this very important segment. And of course, they interviewed one of the husbands who was there with his wife, and they said, "So, what do you think about this? You know, you're here on Women's Day," and he's like, "Hey, I don't do anything unless the boss says it's okay." So it's it's a big deal. 85% influence, 65% of cars. Lexus, just a little bit over 50% of our customers are women buyers. That's good. That's better than Mercedes. It's better than BMW, but it's not great. There's room for improvement. We can do so much more because there's so much opportunity here. Okay, I mean, just how much money there is. What else stood out for you?
75% of women feel misunderstood.
Oh my gosh! You know, talk about a missed opportunity. Now, it may surprise you to know that the number one research site with women is your dealership website, but only 36% of those women say, "I got everything I needed from that website." Okay, 75%. 26% of those people only said that they were extremely satisfied. Is there a lot of room for improvement there? Can we capitalize on that? Can we take more of that market share? Certainly, we have to. The women's buying power is the key to our success in the future. We have to understand who they are. We have to understand what motivates them. Let me share a quick little story with you. My sister, this is going back a little bit, but she was an assistant manager at a very high-end retail store, electronics store out on the East Coast. And her boss, he was very outspoken. He had very, very strong ideas that all of the home theater, all of the big screen TVs that were on display on the showroom floor, they all had to have some sort of sports on. Whether it was the NBA, or the NHL, football, whatever it is, soccer, really big. Good idea, right? Okay, all the men loved it. They absolutely loved it. So these guys would come in, and they'd get all excited. They'd start to think, "Oh my gosh, I can imagine what this, watching the game on Sunday is going to be like in my man cave." Okay, and then all of their caveman friends would worship him. They could all cry together watching Rudy and Sean Astin hoisted up on the shoulders, and they go off Notre Dame field. That's the only time where men can cry, right? That's the only time we'd actually admit crying at a movie. Chanting, "Rudy, Rudy, Rudy." So they'd get all excited. They'd pop down $3,000, and bam, they're out the door, triumphantly heading for home. Until later that night, more often than not, they would return to the store with their purchase to return it. Okay, now did this manager do a great job marketing to men? Yeah, absolutely. Who did he forget to include in the process who was at home? The decision maker. You're absolutely right, yeah. Is this a big ticket item purchase?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should the girlfriend or the wife been included in the process in some fashion? Absolutely. So when my sister took over, she had a couple of different ideas. She wanted to do things differently. She recognized the potential, she recognized the issue that was going on, and she said, I want to do something differently. I want to try to include women in the process. What could she have done to include women more in this process, in the home theaters and in the media rooms? What do you think she could have done? More family shows. So change the programming, go ahead, not just all sports. Okay, excellent. Anything else? Sure, she ended up rearranging the showroom floor just a little bit, and the big thing is that she changed the programming. She included so much more family programming, and it's a simple thing, but what happened was, once Mom saw how much the kids were enjoying the Disney show, the Nickelodeon, whatever it was, she started to realize how she benefited, how she won in this big-ticket purchase. And what do you think happened? Average sales went from $3,000 to $7,500. She went from 129th in the segment in her region to store number 3. And returns dropped dramatically. Women's buying power is the key to our future success. Okay? One interesting thing here in LA, women between 18 and 64, there are 1.256 million. Is that a lot of opportunity? Yeah, they're 50.4% of the population. At any given 3 months, they estimate that 500,000 women are in market looking to purchase. Is that opportunity that you want to have a little bit of? Absolutely. Absolutely. Ton of opportunity. If sales is a game of opportunities, my God, look at how amazing this is. There's a lot there, and you're doing fantastic already. Good, better, best. How do we make it better? How do we make it better? I know that at the beginning of the training, I ask everybody to silence their phones and put them on stun or vibrate for me, but I'd like you to pull them out really quickly. I just want to, I want to make sure that we really understand how important this is and what we can do to capitalize with our, this opportunity with our women buyers. So does everybody have, who has Facebook on their smartphone? Okay, good. Anybody have Yelp? You do? Oh, excellent. Could you do me a favor and pull up Yelp for me? And Brian, if you can look up Facebook there. I'm going to have you go. There it is. And if we have a little bit more time, or if I think we need to, we could also take a look at Dealer Rater. Any dealerships here utilize Dealer Rater with their customers? It's a very, very big segment. You should, talk to management because a lot of people are using this. So